yes, welcome to round one of the MSA National Motocross Championships, brought to you by Monster Energy and TRP and all the associate sponsors. It's going to be a real cracker this year. There seems to be an added hype, of course, on the back of the successful Supercross from last year. Some big names of all back in the country: Shannon Blanche, David Goosen, and all new TLB Monster Energy Yamaha team that's looking motivated for the season. Motocross Nationals, that's what it's all about, the big time. This is the MX2 class. Heat 1 on the line, getting ready for their race. But before that, let's catch up with a few of the riders in the pits.
Well, Bernie, in South Africa, you come from a rather famous racing family. I don't know if you know how famous in South Africa, actually.
I guess they are famous in South Africa, yes, but they are trying to fill in big footsteps there. So we'll see how it goes.
Okay, so you've been racing in the German Championship last year with ADAC. Now you're here in South Africa. Are you going to do the whole year?
Hopefully I'll do the whole year. I'm at the moment at a tryout thing for a few races and see how it goes, and hopefully I can stay the whole year.
It'll be great to have Bernie in the country with us. Always nice to have guys that have been campaigning overseas in the class. And away we go for the first race of the season. There were lots of nerves on the line, and the whole shot going to be really important. Wait and see who rounds turn one in the front. It's absolute carnage going through that first turn. You want to get through there cleanly. Nice amount of locals gathered to watch. Motocross hasn't been in Harrismith for some time. So good to see National Motocross here. And Karen Fitzgerald on the Red Bull KTM got the whole shot. He's been in such great form of late. So the 108 Red Bull KTM up in the front. Another Red Bull rider in Anthony Reynard in second place. There's Nicholas Adams on the 94. He'll be leaving after this race to go and compete in the European Championships. Lots and lots of fast riders in this class. All the way down, you see Jason Fisser, not the start he would have liked. Also a man that's been on form at the start of the season. So Nicholas Adams into third place. Right behind him, we got Tristan Purden on that TLB Monster Energy Yamaha. And Matty Milan, his teammate, right in the mix as well. Matty Milan was the fastest rider in the qualifying session, but is going to have to work hard from a mid-pack start. There's the Botswana rider, Dotane Lovejoy in the 737. Like we said, we've got riders from all over Southern Africa here, and they're all trying to catch that man up in the front at this stage of the race. Karen Fitzgerald has been working really hard with his brother, who's one of the top coaches in the country. And Karen was looking fit and fast for the 2015 season. Nice aerial shot there as he goes over one of the biggest jumps on the track here in Harrismith. The big tabletop, and it shows you how close it's getting. Matty Milan starting to make a charge through the field. So Karen Fitzgerald up in the front, got a little bit of a gap over Anthony Reynard, and Matty Milan makes the pass on Nicholas Adams. We caught up with Matty before the race though.
Oh yeah, the guys have done an awesome track. Awesome job doing the track today. The track looks awesome. My bike is going awesome. I can't thank TLB Yamaha Monster Energy enough for giving me this opportunity. My bike's set up awesome. We've been doing hard work in the off season, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Well, with how rough this track is starting to get, a well set up bike going to be very important. That was a shot there of Jesse Wright in the battle there with the number 31 of Bernie Eckerald. And Jakob Fulkerson, the local man to the Free State area, also in the mix. One of the riders down, I think that was William Sutherland that went down. He's got some work to do now from the back of one of the new Midas Husqvarna riders. So we're looking at the 57 of Matty Milan charging through the field. His next victim is going to be the 23, Anthony Reynard. We caught up with him.
Yeah, I think fitness is key, and I think it's a good start to see who's put in the work and who hasn't. I know for myself, I've definitely put in the hours off season, so looking forward to a good first national.
There you see the riders using every inch of the track as it starts to get rough already in this first heat of the day. Perfect conditions for motocross, overcast, and the track, really good traction out there. 119 is Ryan and Gilly, fast Kawasaki, and a nice new signing to that team. You see Nanda Swiggers, like you said, out there amongst the guys and hoping to put in a good performance. Another one of TLB's new signings, Reed Cynics. And no one going to catch, though, the 57 of Matty Milan, who passed all the way from 6th to the front. Good job in Heat 1. Moving on to the MX1 first heat of the day. This is the premier class of motocross in South Africa. Lots of support from all the sponsors. The 15-second board is up. It turns to 5. And we're going to see loads of experience in this class. Who's going to get the whole shot from the outside line? No breaks into turn 1 was Michael Doherty, another one of the fast weather Kawasaki riders. And have they had a great day so far. So up into the front, the number 19, one of the best, most aggressive riding styles you will see in campaigning in the United States of America over the last 2 seasons. And he's going to be a hard man to beat from here. He got a tremendous podium at the Monster Energy Supercross last year. And he just looks like he's riding on that confidence. Interesting to see, though, the reigning champion, Sasha Nordia, a little way down the field. Not the start he would have liked. He's got some work to do. There's Wyatt Avis, also new to the 450 class, been several seasons out of this class. And back on that bike and already looking like he's like a duck taken to water. He did spend some time in the 450 class in the World Championships, so no stranger to the big horsepower. Dave Peterson did catch up with Karen before the race.
Karen Fitzgerald, I got a good memory because I think I was at your first race on a little 50 PW, and that was probably, what, 24 years ago?
Yeah, 24 years. I'm 28 now, so it's my 24th year of racing. And I've had a few up and downs, but I didn't love it as much as I did the first day, but after 24 years, it's still the best thing I could ever do.
450 around here, got to be a bit of a handful. Anything special on the setup for the bike?
No, not really. It's we just try to maybe tame it down a little bit, so it's not wanting to do back somersaults out the turns. But yeah, nothing too special. Just try and make it as rideable as possible, and like exactly the same as 250. Just carry speed, and the more speed you have, the less you have to hit the throttle. So.
Well, that's it, a man with vast experience, also campaigned in Canada for several seasons. Another man that's just come back from the World Championships is Shannon Blanche, part of the Midas Husqvarna team. They seem to have some trouble with that bike on the start line, so just trying to nurse it through. Hopefully it's not going to affect his overall results for the day. This man has checked out in the front. Michael Doherty on the number 19. Karen Fitzgerald holding on to second place. So the top two riders have extended their gap over the rest. It's Wyatt Avis holding on to third. And looks like the reigning champion Sasha Nordia on that TLB Monster Energy Yamaha in fourth place. Hard charging pack behind him, not giving up the chase. So this race ain't over till the checker flag comes out. And speaking of which is going to be the number 19, Michael Doherty, who lays it flat over the tabletop for us. Back on the line for the MX2, second race of the day. It was a great one to watch. Matty Milan coming through the field on the number 57. He's going to have his teammate right with him. Can Nicholas Adams get up there and make a race of it this time around? Or can Karen Fitzgerald hold on to the lead like he did for so long in race one? All eyes focused on the gate, and away they go. Looks like a great jump out of the gate for the 225 of Reed Sinix. The youngster who had such a good season in the 125 class last year has stepped up into the big ranks, and a great start from him. How long can he hold on to it? This is a very, very tough class. Anthony Reynard, not the start he would have liked. Obviously had a problem there on the second turn. So race leader, there we go, is a KTM rider. It's Nicholas Adams for Alfie Cox Racing KTM. This will be the only national he competes in 2015 in South Africa. They go through that Bridgestone sweep section, and it looks like Tristan Purdon is one of the riders up there as well in fourth place. Reed Sinix at this stage still holding on to second, but he's got big pressure coming from the rest of the riders. And there we go, Ryan Gilly, one of them. But let's catch up with one of the only ladies in this class. We've got Nanda Swiggers.
It's very rough, Dave, and it's good practice. You know, the boys don't hold back, and they don't care if girls racing with them, which is good because the overseas girls are also like that. They're out to win a championship, and they don't care if you're from South Africa or whatever. They are going to push you, and they are going to ride rough and hard.
No mercy for the lady in this class, but she doesn't want any. She's going to have to compete against some very fast ladies in the World Championships. You can see the track starting to claim a few riders out there now. That's the 31 of Bernie Eckroyd, so he was having a good ride and losing a couple of positions there. Nicholas Adams still leads the race as he goes through Bridgestone turn on the 94 and looking very in control in the front. This is what he would want, but this is a big pressure now coming from the 57 of Matthew Milan. Such a good first heat and the winner, and it looks like he's got the fire in the back of that bike. He's starting to close the gap. Tristan Purdon just dropping back a little bit, so we're starting to see maybe a little bit of a problem, and there is a problem for the race leader, Nicholas Adams. That gap is closed right down now. But let's catch up with Tristan Purdon.
You prefer sandfelt or muddy tracks? What's your best?
I like all the tracks, yeah. I prefer the nice and loamy tracks like everyone does. But if it does come to mud, I'm quite good in the mud.
Who's going to be the main danger in the class? I know there's so many.
Yeah, there's a lot of people in our class this year. There's Adams, Milan, some new guys come over from Europe. I'm just going to try and go and have fun and try and get some wins.
Oh, there was a problem for Nicholas Adams. It looks like there was a coming together between Manny Milan and the 94th Nicholas Adams, and now we have a new leader. So the TLB Monster Energy Yamaha rider, Matty Milan, into the front like he was in Heat 1, and Nicholas Adams relegated to second place. He's going to have to be careful because Tristan Purdon back there in third, although we did see that Tristan Purdon had some problems with that bike. But just like Heat 1, Matty Milan was able to hold on for the race win, and a nice celebration there with a heel clicker. And that's going to be the overall for the 57. Great ride there. And first outing for his new team, TLB Monster Energy Yamaha. So just to confirm, Matty did take the win ahead of Karen Fitzgerald. Nicholas Adams solid in third place.
Me and Nick were out front, and he was riding a really good race, and we were together the whole race. And then I came into one of the top turns, and I got underneath him and slid out, and he by mistake just hit my back wheel and went down. So it was a bit unfortunate, but yeah, it was a great day for me. My first 1-1 this year and first national. I'm pumped.
Well, not only are the sponsors giving to the sport of motocross, they are also giving to the locals and local charity. A big thanks to Liquorland for their contribution to Hope House. As we head into the MX1, second and final race of the day, the board turns to 5, and it's all about the whole shot. Karen Fitzgerald was really good off the line in Heat 1, but it was Michael Doherty who rounded the turn 1 in the front. But this time around, not the start that Michael would have liked. Karen Fitzgerald manages to hold on to the front. There you can see a freshly watered track, making things a little tough for the guys out there between the mud and the dust. By this time of the day, the sun had come out, and Karen Fitzgerald was looking hot. Second place, Senator Blanche, Midas Husqvarna. A little mistake there from Y. Davis. Almost goes down as he gets the back end touch by David Goosen. And there you can see Shannon de Blanche excited to be up in the top 3. A very talented rider and has won South African championships before. Anthony Raynaud goes past. We're going to catch up with Ross Branch.
We got to get the sponsors out there. So I thought the best way of doing it is doing off-road and motocross. Get the sponsors out there. It's good for me. It's good for the name. It's good for the brand. So I'm loving it. You know, doing well at the off-roads and doing okay at the motocross at the moment. I'd like to be the first guy to win motocross and off-road, but you know, it's a big ask. But I'm definitely going to give it my best shot.
One man who is talented enough to do it is Ross Branch, and looks like he started to run into some technical problems in this race. Some smoke pouring out from that bike. But Karen Fitzgerald still leads the way. And Shannon de Blanche right there in second place. Good to see Nick from Monster supporting all the riders on the side of the track. Not such a good start from Sasha Nordia. In fact, he has a rider that he coaches right behind him in Jason Fisser, and he's out there on a 254 stroke. So looks like there's some sort of a problem for Sasha Nordia. Karen Fitzgerald in control in the front. He has been working really hard on his fitness, and by this stage of the day, the track was really broken up. Shannon de Blanche is matching him for pace now, and the 19 of Michael Doherty making his way through the field. He had made his way up to third place. Good race coming from the 211 of Jaden Ashwell. He's from Zimbabwe. And a bit of a dice set between Sasha Nordia and Anthony Raynaud. Both riders, top riders, not quite up at the front of the pack where they deserve to be. Karen Fitzgerald, Red Bull KTM, is going to take the win, and that'll give him the overall for the day. Great ride from Fitzy on the 108. Shannon de Blanche going to hold it for second place, and Michael Doherty, best he could manage, was third. So we'll go through the overalls on the day. Karen Fitzgerald going to dominate this class with a second and a first for first overall. Michael Doherty in second place, Shannon de Blanche in third, and good to see Y. Davis in fourth place.
You know, I felt good throughout the whole race. I had a bad start. I guess I was too eager to get another hole shot, and I just let the front up a bit, and I got a bad start, so I just had to put my head down and work through the pack, and so I started catching Kerem and Shannon, and I guess I just ran out of time, and you know, those guys are on it.
In the first motor, I had a problem with the bike, and we've tried everything to get it right, and we didn't get it right before the second motor. I didn't even want to go out and ride, you know, and then I decided that I'll just change one little thing on the start, and that might help with the problem that I had with the bike also, and it did, and I got a good start, and I rode a good ride, you know. I like the track a lot. It's really flowy, and you get to use a lot of technique on the track, you know, so I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, very hard. These two guys here, they're on me the whole race. Shannon was right behind me. I don't know who it was in the beginning, and about 5 minutes ago I had to look back and I saw it was him, so towards the end I tried to put a little charge, but Shannon caught me up just before the last race, and I think Mark was just behind them, so it was a good race. The track is so tough.
In the Thor Results Roundup, the overall results in the 50cc National Motocross class held in Harrismith. Laren Dutoya was the overall victor ahead of James Thompson and Willem Huff, all on KTM. TRP Racing's Jono Malimi tied on points with Cam McClellan for the overall win after a hard day's racing. Hayden Tully and Ike Klaassen were third and fourth overall in the 65 class. The 85cc class went to Dalton Fenter ahead of Cam McClellan and Grant Hutton. Cameron Duro scooped the Pro Mini class ahead of Matthew Kruger and Slade Smith, who had a few mechanical problems during the day. Charles van Heerden grabbed overall honours in the 125cc class, riding a Husky. Yamaha's Durko van der Westhuizen was second overall, but equal on points. KTM's Joshua Malimi rounded off the podium. The MX3 class was won by Masters rider Ian Topless ahead of Rod Bergstrom. Natasha Regani and Tony Jardine shared the spoils in the ladies division, and Gerard Crevier edged out Dylan McGovern in the support class.